I mean, I don't know what you want me to say, like, come on. Honestly, one of my favourite hobbies is to sit and pretend like Hifumi Yamada does not exist, and that alone gives me more pleasure than any ounce of his presence in the whole of Truka Happy Havoc, except for when he died. Thank you, Celestia, for saving us. Hifumi's design is the epitome of unappealing. It looks like a giant slothering blob, and I really don't want to fat shame. But you can still make him look fat and look better than whatever this is. Like, come on. Not only that, but his personality is just really gross. And the fact that he writes 18+ fanfiction? Ew. And when I went back to look back at his free time events, I entirely vomited inside every time he breathed. And not only that, but all I really got out of them was anime, woman, and manga. 18+ manga to be exact. That's it. But I also kind of feel like that was the intention to make him gross. Hey ho to the character creators and designers. If the intention was to make me feel grossed out, then you have achieved your goal. Let me just say that. But overall, unappealing, scary, and his dick is probably as big as my right pinky toe. Fuck me. This bitch is so annoying. I hate this stupid ant-killing, snotty little waste of life cunt with all of my heart, and I feel like as a Danganronpa community, we wish that we would be Hiyoko and the ants are Hiyoko herself. I feel like this is a very justified thought, and not gonna lie, I could not give a flying fuck about her development, or what little there was of it anyway, because even if she was a developed character, I still just cannot forgive her behaviour towards my girl Mikan. Mikan getting this sweet revenge on Hiyoko is just mwah, chef's kiss. One of my favourite kills in the whole of the game. It was so satisfying finally seeing Mikan have that control over Hiyoko. I like when she cries, hate when she speaks, and love her when she's dead. And I feel like the Danganronpa community feels the exact same way. At first, I liked him, okay? I thought his personality was engaging yet mysterious, and I like the characters like that. I wanted to see more of him. But not in the way we got. Incest. Incest. Incest? Incest of all the things to center your character around. Incest. A fucking serial killer incest guy. There was so much potential to make this split personality sister thing a lot more interesting and appropriate, and they could have taken it in a different direction. But they didn't do that. They did something else instead. The other thing that literally nobody thought of or asked for. Whoever in the Danganronpa team thought of this, shame on you. I am glad this guy was tied up and whipped. And you know what? His execution was really good. Honestly, I think the DV3 executions were without a doubt a best of the three. I know his sister was supposed to be manipulative, but I don't care. He's a fucking disgusting rat and I'm glad he died. Next. This guy is just... like, his behaviour towards a woman is gross. And I don't like it. Just as basically everyone else. And this guy, I think he drugs Hajime at the start of his free time events. It's a bit sus, but I did not hate this character as much as the two before, not by a long shot. I did feel really bad at the first trial, especially the iconic Mama! Like, come on, you can't say you didn't feel something. His free time events were a mixture between wholesome and kind of weird? Like, too uncomfortable. And the fact that this boy has tissues in his cottage, I don't know if it's funny or concerning. Ladies, I think we all have to agree to stay away from him. Also small dickhead. This evil traitorous son of a fucking cunt. Just kidding, I don't hate her that much. But at the same time, I don't know, go away. I knew exactly what was going to happen the minute I met this girl, and I think we all did as well. Like, you can't tell me that this girl didn't have the word traitor written all over that snaky little face, like I could smell it through the screen, and I was mentally screaming at my laptop telling Makoto no. But of course, the events took place, and if you play the game, you know what happens. If she wasn't a traitor, I would like her more, like a lot more. I thought the sidekick thing was adorable. As always, the character design is on point, like it's simple and cute, but not to the point where I forget her. And another thing I want to talk about is how incredible the character designs in this game are, but we're getting out of track. Seriously though, it's amazing. Personally, I feel like she was just trying to give herself justice instead of making amends to Makoto, but again, that really is just personal opinion. Again, I really do admire her passion. Like, it's a very admirable quality about her, but every time I try to like her more, her actions really bring her character down. A sinister, predictable character masked by cuteness. Okay, I think in the middle of the game, the writers just dropped this guy because they didn't know what to do with him. And for the first demo of the game, he was killed off first because what the fuck are you meant to do with this character? And him being the first to get killed off in the demo really does speak volumes. In his defense, I guess it's kind of nice to have a small dose of stupidity and the somber tone, but at the same time, it's just really not needed most of the time. The hamburger alien scene is no, it's fucking stupid and I hate it. But his mum is just, chef kiss, my little not straight heart is just pounding in its chest. I love her so much, marry me. Anyway, even in the anime, he literally does nothing. He just runs around and they don't really have an excuse just to kill him off, nor do they really have an excuse to let him live. Either he's just there, vibing. I will say though, I do kind of find his death stories interesting as well as the mafia stories. I was genuinely intrigued, and a part of me hopes that there will be a spin-off of Hagakure's wacky adventures, and if there is, I would totally watch it. I'm sorry, but he needs more interesting stuff, and I feel like him having a spin-off is the only way that will happen. And also, he does seem like a cool guy to smoke weed with. Should have been the ultimate weed dealer instead of the ultimate clairvoyant. Honestly, one of the biggest video game missed opportunities. Also, Hina had babies with him in like an alternate universe. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, Smoogie is only up here because she's a self-aware representation of the audience of Danganronpa. Like, the Dangan team made her a weeb because we are weebs. And honestly, I got a lot of enjoyment out of that, let me tell you. It was nice to see cosplay represented in a positive light until, it wasn't. Anyway, her as a villain was dumb, really boring. Her whole character just makes me fall asleep. What was even the point? I don't know. But you know what? It wasn't Junko again, so I take it, I guess. Honestly, I just liked her as a person when she wasn't a villain. Like, I like the innocent bubbliness of her character. And yeah, I don't know what to say. It's sad she doesn't get noticed. I don't know. Let's move on. Fuck Smoogie, how dare you, frame this girl. Next. Okay. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, so please put your broken orange juice glasses down and let me explain. This is a personal ranking and he, I don't know, probably would be higher for an analytical reason and stuff like that. But with that being said, oh my god, Hajime is by far the most boring protagonist and I fall asleep every time he speaks. He's got a nice voice, but it's just fucking boring. A piece of fucking cardboard is so much more interesting than Hajime will ever be. He's the equivalent to a bowl of plain pasta. I don't find his I'm not special backstory entertaining or engaging at all. I feel like Makoto kind of went through that and I don't really want to see it again because it's boring. I can't name a single memorable personality trait he has, and his alter ego, Izuru Kamakura, is so much more interesting. But with that being said, he's a nice guy, and I did enjoy his plain pasta-ness being bombarded with all of the crazy pasta sauce characters, and I do enjoy the tameness of his character with Kazuichi. I think their duo was really cool, and I know he was kind of meant to be this boring plain character, but still, you could have spiced him up just a tad bit more, okay? That's it. I like Leon, and I'm sad that he had to bite the dust early on in the game. But, you know, it had to be someone, and it was him. Not Hifumi, but Leon. Anyway, I thought the concept of Leon hating his talent was such an interesting concept, and I really wanted it to be developed even further. And I felt like they also dipped in and out of the debate if talent is gifted or earned, which would have been a really good thing to analyse. And it's kind of a shame that it isn't explored as much in the series, and I think it would have been a super compelling theme. But going back to Leon, I think for the most part his personality is really super charming, but the thing that holds him back is his temper. Like, Leon's temper really makes him unlikable and a bit stupid. Especially when he decides to kill Sayaka instead of running out and telling everyone, or I don't know, just knocking her unconscious and locking her in the bathroom. Instead he feels the need to just kill her. Like, what? Come on, bro. I know you're better than that. I was gonna say this stupid thing, but I think that's kind of funny, so I'm just let that slide from criticism. His free time events aren't, you know, interesting, which is a shame, but yeah. Again, this is just personal. Leave me alone, please. If this was analysis-based ranking, you would be in a better position. But this is a likability and a personal ranking. And I'm not his biggest fan. With that being said, fuck you, Kokichi. I can't and will never ever forgive him for killing and manipulating Gonza that has and forever will traumatize me. He's the equivalent to female Hiyoko, but more likable than her, so he's got that going for him. Also, what the fuck is up with his Danganronpa S6 pack? I kinda didn't get any abs, but Kokichi did. Oh, what? Anyway, the light thing really stressed me out, and I just did not like it for some reason. And I don't know why. I just did, okay? I just didn't like it. And I can't decide if it was a good thing or a bad thing. His crying, so fucking annoying. And I hated it, so fuck you. But I did like his cheekiness mixed with his sadistic side. I like villains like that. I think that they're quite interesting and fun to watch. And I think that's what really engages me the most with this character. And he can be funny sometimes. Like, do robots have dicks? I don't know. That line just makes me laugh, okay? And again, I don't hate him, but he's not my favourite. And I honestly can't see why people like him so much. And he's got such a cult. Because he's a bit of a cunt. But, you know, good for you, I guess. When Mahiru died, I didn't really feel anything. I wasn't really, like, attached to her as much as any of the other characters. But, you know, I still liked her. I still didn't feel bad for Hiyoko, though. Fuck you, Hiyoko. I don't care about you. But then I started to go back through her free time events. And I started to kind of like her a lot more. Mahiru's privacy, guys. I like the way she's pushy, but not in a bad way, like it's tolerable. And I thought the thing with her dad being a shit parent and her feeling the need to expect more from men does not make her a pick-me, okay? Just somebody with trauma. And I want to hug her now. And not only that, but she has this really nice empathetic streak in her, and you know, she just wants to protect everyone. And you know what? Stan Mahiru. Damn it, I really wish I ranked her higher. Yeah, can't be bothered. Next. Tenko is kind of like the same as Mahiru. Like, she's hot-headed, has men issues, and I didn't get attached to her. And my feelings kind of go the same way as Mahiru. Like, I did when I looked back at her free time events and I looked at her character more. I was like, you know what? This girl isn't that bad. I actually kind of like her. But like, what the fuck is up with her character design though? Like, it doesn't look like Aikido at all. I'm sorry. But her earlier design suited her talent so much more, but, you know, she was still cute. Anyway, what brings Tenko a rank up though is the comedic aspect. Like, her protective nature over Himoko and her rivalry between Angie is entertaining. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess I kind of like the fact that her trainer is a man himself and she hates men. I don't know, that's just really funny to me. Yeah, that's it. Tenko supremacy, guys. Next. Angie is a cutie pie. I love every single one of her sprites. They just radiate this pure, cute, pouncy energy that I love. Even though I wouldn't call her the purest person, I like the sort of mystery about the Atuakal and the fact that it's not even made clear if Angie is trying to protect everyone or if she really is just a manipulative little swine trying to control everyone in the name of religion. Which, again, I like this mystery surrounding the character of Angie Yanaga. Also, I like the fact that she's not as stupid as she claims to be, or whatever show she's putting up, and is willing to put her friends aside to solve the mystery of the trial, especially even when Himoko herself was the suspect again, which adds a deeper, more sinister level to this character, kinda in a way sort of subverting her expectations. I just wish we would delved into her a lot more, and who knows, maybe she had the potential to be the next Kokichi. Her cheekiness mixed with her menacingness and her control, but a part of me thinks that Angie's true intentions will be clouded in an intentional mystery for what seems to be the greater good. I feel like the character is also a sort of commentary on how religion can easily be used to manipulate people and almost brainwash people into doing horrific actions in the name of religion. And I'm not trying to diss any religion, guys. I'm Christian, chill. I'm just saying that religion can lose its messages and cause, you know, ill will when it's in the hands of somebody else who has bad intentions. So yeah, in retrospect, Angie is a pretty interesting character, and I'll probably rank her higher in the years to come. Gundam is a character that exists, but I don't like him or find him exciting as everyone else. I'm sorry, okay? I just don't get anything exciting out of this character other than, I don't know, fucking hamsters, evil, and Sonya? There's nothing special. Okay, I did really like his sacrifice, and I'm sorry, Soda, but Gundam Tan Sonya is the best. I'm ranking this high because I do like him a lot, okay? Okay? I promise, pinky promise. I like the fact that he represents the question, is it okay to kill for survival? Kill another human being if it means numerous amounts of others get to live? And if so, can these actions be excused by the inner workings and natural cogs of nature? Damn, that was kind of deep. Anyway, I think Gundam is important because he poses this question, which is why I like him so much. Also, I like the brushing sprite. It's the best. Yeah. I like everything about him. He's just a bit watered down and kind of annoying. But what really brings him up is his actions and his significance in the Strawberry House. Also, his execution was kind of lame, guys. Sorry. I want more blood. There was no blood. It was so boring. Sorry. Next. I feel really sorry for Mukuru, guys. Honestly, she deserved a lot more than what she got. She chased Junko's approval her whole entire life, and in return was giving a traitorous, painful, agonizing death. Fuck you, Junko. Also, I don't know if this is canon, but I have heard that apparently Makoto Naegi was the first one to smile at her genuinely. Ouch. Oof. Not only that, but Junko constantly harassed her with these really unnecessary shitty comments, calling her ugly, fat, and like, I know she's supposed to be this big despair bitch, but like, shut the fuck up, Junko. It's such a shame because I really want to rank her higher. It's just that I think that many people say the same thing. There just isn't enough of her. And I haven't played Danganronpa S yet, so maybe when I do, although I've heard that's kind of bad, so I probably won't, I'll redo the ranking because she's probably a lot higher. But I do love Mukuru, and it really hurts to see her so clearly brainwashed by Junko, and I wish her all the best in the afterlife. I fucking hated this guy at the beginning. He was just a little piece of shit, thinking he had the right to come and punch my guy Makoto, and I was ready to be this guy's killer until I realised that's not how the game works. But then something remarkable happened. He wasn't a dick, and his free time events are super wholesome. I like the bond he forms between Makoto, and buried beneath all of the angry guy stuff is just a super nice guy. And his relationship with Taka is just so good, guys. I love it so much. It's just the best thing ever. Live, love, laugh, Ishimono. And do I watch the sauna scene on repeat? Yes I do. Ugh, the scene when Mondo is found to be the culprit and Taka's breakdown is just so sad and so well done. It's honestly incredible how much the Danganronpa team made me care over a most likely gay romance, but I presented friendship so much. Mondo, I hope you're chilling in heaven, living your carpenter dreams with your dog and your brother and Taka. You deserve it, bro. However, I personally think that him killing Chihiro was super out of character for him, but other than that, I love you, bro. You're cool. I like Makoto a lot. He is so much better than Hajime in the launch up by far. His growth from the beginning of the game to the end is incredible, and like, it's subtle but also noticeable, and I think that the Danganronpa team did a really good job. I also like his said immaturity, especially mixed with the empathy, like at the beginning when he tried to calm everything down, which really triggered Mondo. Like, you can't help but like that, come on. Even though it was a fucking stupid decision, and we all know that, it was still admirable and you can't help to not appreciate it. Even though Makoto matures through the series, he still keeps an empathetic grasp that you just can't help to like. Especially contrasted to his immature state at the beginning. The empathetic streak is just still there, guys. But he's still a little bit boring. You know, you could have still spiced him up a bit. I wanted to see some more, you know, steamy scenes with Kyoko. I don't know why. And I think that them two, even if they weren't in a romance, I feel like they just have a really nice bond, romance or not. And I just really like seeing a lot of Kyoko and Makoto. So yeah, stan. Akane is underrated. Let's get that straight. Is she the best? No, but I love her in her own way. And I'm not the biggest fan of characters which whole personality is but Akane is an exception. And it's justified anyway because she was so brung up poor and deprived of food that she almost was in need to eat anything she sees in sight. And that's honestly heartbreaking. Not only that, but she was exposed to a lot of inappropriateness. Like, in one of her free time events, she's doing this prostitution waitress thing, and her uncle was like, don't wear your panties, and this girl thinks bad because she'll get cold. Somebody save this precious child. Another thing I like, which I think is super underrated, is the bond between her and Nekomaru. Honestly, I don't even ship them, I just enjoy their bond and their friendship. She almost lost Nekomaru once, and then she lost him again for definite. Like, give this girl a break. However, there are some things I do not like about her. One thing being is her temper. Like, it just makes stupid, unnecessary things happen. Like, a lot of unnecessary things happen. Like, when she tries to fight the robot, like, what are you thinking, you dumb fucking bitch? Look what you did to my guy Nekomaru. You almost killed him, and I'm afraid, I don't know, I can't forgive that. I fucking screamed at my laptop, and I wanted to slap this fucking bitch. It's just so annoying, I'm sorry, and it really holds the character back for me, but nonetheless, I still like Akane, and she does deserve appreciation. Also boobs. Okay, can we just acknowledge the adorable friendship and duo he has with Hajime? Like, we have to stand, obviously, like the little friendship they form, it is so underrated. Apart from his weird obsession with Sonia that gets, a little bit too weird for me sometimes. It's just so bloomin' hard to hate Soda. I find it funny that he looks like the stereotypical bully-like character with his sharpened teeth and this fucking jumpsuit that he wears, but he's actually just a stupid goofball that's just afraid of everyone and everything. But it's also kind of sad that he feels the need to make himself look defensive like this because of a past friendship that resulted in bullying and mistrust. And the fact that his dad beat him, like, no, no. Although I do like Soda, there are some things that are annoying about him, like his clinginess, and he threatens to bug Hajime if he doesn't hang out with him, and I don't know why, and I don't know about you, but I fucking hate people like that. And again, I think Sonia, you know, the Sonia love thing drags on way too much. Like, no, let it go, bro. Just let it go. Ayo Asahina, more like Aoi ass. How on earth can you hate our donut loving girl? She's cute, kawaii, jolly, and kinda weird, but isn't every Danganronpa character like that? Her passion and bond towards her mates, especially Sakura, is so likeable, and although Hina doesn't have a super sad backstory, it doesn't mean she's this watered down, bland cardboard box. It's honestly kind of refreshing to see you know, this despair juxtaposed by the simple, nice, bubbly character who we can just get along with. And as much as I love Byakuya, I'll be the first, you know, to admit that slap was well deserved. Not only that, as Hina, we can kind of see her bubbliness deteriorate as the story goes on. I feel like a piece of her was kind of removed after the death of Sakura, and who can blame her seeing as they were so close. Overall, I do love you, Aoi Asahina. Do I wish there was a bit more of her? Of course, but she's a classic Danganronpa character, and as a fandom, I think we all love her. Himiko is a big cutie pie, and her character development is very impressive. At first, Himiko is an aloof, goofy character. He seems to just be this unimportant background character at first that we don't really need to care about because she just doesn't really care about anyone else, or at least that's the vibe she gives off anyway. But all of that changes when Angie and Tenko, her two closest friends, people she trusted in a game, were trusting another could cost your life, die, and we really start to see another side of her that I didn't really expect to see in Trial 3, which is probably the only redeeming factor of that whole trial. We then get to see this new Himiko, a new determined Himiko that has a lot more flavour than she did in the earlier chapters, making her a very enjoyable character to follow through. I'm glad she survived, and I'm glad that she feels like, well, I hope she feels like she had closure for Angie and Tenko, and the only reason I feel like she chooses to live on is for Angie and Tenko. We love you, Himiko. I loved Kyo. Again, I will not stop preaching Ishimonji supremacy. I just really loved Haga so much. It just really makes me smile, and it broke me. It fucking broke me when he found out Mondo was the culprit. The tears, the emotional rollercoaster ride. Oh, fuck, man. It really hit me in the feels. I just love him so much, okay? He's so cute and wholesome, and I got really upset whenever he was sad. It made me sad, especially the aftermath of Mondo's demise, and I was so sad when he died. Ugh, my god, I love you so much, Kyo. I really wish he just lived on so he could, like, avenge Mondo. I just really would have liked to see him get over his death, drop that shitty old alter ego that I hate, and just become a really cool person. But I don't know, I can't believe they killed him off. Oh yeah, the alter ego. I hate his stupid fucking alter ego. Ugh. Oh my god. It didn't need to happen, okay? Taka, sweetie, I love you, but your alter ego was an ick. But other than that, you're perfection. Somebody start Taka cut with me, please. Something about his voice is just so sexy. This is the English voice, by the way, but honestly, petition to have Rantaro start an ASMR, please. Yeah, he's only really here because he's fucking sexy, but also he has this calm, alluring aura that you just can't help but love, and you really just want him to like you. Yeah, I don't know how they managed to make a green-haired man this sexy, and fuck you, Sumiki, for cutting him off. It makes me really upset. I don't even want to be his girlfriend, I just want to be his friend, honestly. Also, I feel like I have to acknowledge the sister thing, but I don't really want to. And his mini speech to Ryoma telling him to not give up on life, oh my god, I just love him so much. He truly cares about all of his friends, and that's so obvious, and it's just, I love it so much. Why can't every man just be like Rantaro? Fuck you, Samugi. His character also introduces a lot of mysteries at the end of the game, making it more intriguing and engaging for us, and he's not as useless as some people say he is. So there. What an absolute blast of a character. He's so underrated, I can't breathe, literally. You don't understand how fucking frustrating it is that he gets overlooked. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Gundam saved everyone, blah 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 blah. But like, shut the fuck up and pay attention to Nekomaru. He could have asked for help, he could have run away, but instead he thought, no, somebody else has to die for the sake of everyone, and he understood that it kind of had to be him or Gundam. But no, nobody ever talks about that. It's so frustrating. His sacrifice for Akane when she tried to fight that robot. God, man, he's such a selfless character, and you can tell how much he just truly cares about Akane, and it's gorgeous, okay? And their friendship with her, it's so wholesome. Like I said before, I don't ship them as a couple, just these really close friends who bond over their love for fitness, go on picnics, go swimming competitions, go weightlifting, go to the gym together. Also, we can't not mention the backstory. The fact that he's only said to live to 20 and that he was bedridden for most of his life, his friend in the hospital dies, which encouraged him to become a team leader, and he still has this determination and bubbling positivity. This guy, bro, just give him more love, guys, please. I will literally give away my left kidney for Nekomaru, and I'm not kidding. Man, I love Chihiro, they're so cute. I think we all kind of knew Chihiro wasn't going to survive for this long, but I think at the same time we all had a hope, or we dug this thought deep down, and I can't imagine how scared he was in his final moments. Somebody that he looked up to, that he trusted, somebody who he shared his emotional vulnerability with him, somebody who he trusted again, somebody who expected him to make him strong, so brutally murdered and betrayed. Like, fuck off, Mondo. Like, I like you, but again, that was so out of character. And not only that, but Chihiro's importance doesn't even stop there. He created the rehabilitation for the SDR2 lot, which, you know, that's kind of important. Chihiro, you deserved better. Much love, honey. Much love. Also, alter ego, you know, Makoto would have died without Chihiro. Chihiro's like a fucking, I don't know, eternal or something. I just feel like he just needs more appreciation in the story importance as well. Like, he's fucking cute and I love him, but like, people need to realise how important he is to the story as well. We stand you, Chihiro. Much love. Again, such an underrated character. I don't know why, but she has this sophistication that I am extremely attracted to, and it's such an endearing trait of her character. And again, I think Rumi represents these extremely important questions. Like, is it okay to kill someone for the sake of your own country? To sacrifice a small group of innocent people in order to keep everyone else safe? And can we acknowledge that this girl managed to run the entire country of Japan even though she's only a teenager? Although I think, again, a tad bit out of character for Kurumi to kill Ryoma like that, you can still sense this empathetic streak in Kurumi and her desire to help everyone. You can't help but stand. Even if she feels the need she has to sacrifice people in order to protect the large majority, her heart's not in the right place, I feel like, and she just needs a bit of a push in the right direction. For some reason, Peko has left a long-lasting impression on me, although she was really only in the game for a meager 2 chapters. There was something so attractive about her, something that I just couldn't put my finger on. And although I don't know why I like her as much as I do, I'll try and put my jumbling thoughts into words. Okay, let's start off with the elephant in the room, Trial 2. The sheer emotion in that trial, the lengths she will go to protect Fuyuhiko. It's just so charming, and she's not a pick-me girl either. She just really cares about him, romance or not, and he craves his safety above everything else. And it feels like to me that she didn't even realise how much she craved a friendship with him until it was too late. And the hints to her crushing on him in the free time events, I love it. I like how they aren't afraid to mix in some goofiness along with her serious and stoic nature, without making it jarring, just like the toilet scene, for example. Chapter 1, when she eats the laxative food, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about if you played the game. Overall, I really like Peko, and the more I think about her, the more I love her. Man, this is what you call development. At first, Will hated this character, let's be honest. He was a huge fucking dick, being unnecessarily rude to everyone, being uncooperative, saying that he'll kill others even if it means his survival. I was at first rooting for his death, but then all of that changed after Trial 2. Seeing the one person who took care of him all that time, even though he just wanted to be her friend, and he only got to tell her that just before she was ripped away from him, and he had to choose to let her die, although he could have saved her with the obvious consequences. The fact that he somehow went into her execution in an attempt to save her, almost dying in the process, and almost killing himself in forgiveness, trying to earn the trust of his other classmates. Heck, even I wasn't up for forgiving him until he slit his stomach. The friendship he forms between Hajime and the rest of his classmates is just really nice, and the fact that he tries to comfort Akane because he understands what it feels like to lose somebody who sacrificed himself. When Mahiro's departed from us, he took over the role as a tough love protector of the group and takes on that role incredibly well. Deep under all of that Yakuza grumpiness, There's heart of undeniable gold. Suichi Seihara. Whoa. What a journey we go on with this character. Suichi is far by the best male protagonist by 10,1037 miles. It's honestly heartbreaking to see how much trauma and suffering my guy goes through, and how the game devs present his suffering so vividly. Killing off Kaede, and Suichi realizes the one that has to take over her place to carry on Kaede's successful and influential leadership is him. Forcefully killing off Gonta, going against his best friend's wishes, his begging, his pleading, because Suichi knows he has no other choice because he has to find out the truth. And that's what's so great about Suichi's character. He wants to follow his heart, the direction that seemingly has the illusion of less pain and suffering. But he fights against all of that and follows his heart in spite of what's right and what benefits the whole group, leading to their survival and to find out the truth. And he probably finds this agonizingly difficult because he put this guy in jail and he felt so bad and my head hurts just thinking about him. And heck, this affects him greatly. He even gives up near the end of the game. He's just so defeated. He has lost the most important aspect of the series, hope. And Kibo has to be the one to save everyone because he is the best. And that's such a nice pace from what we usually see in the game. Suichi's fallout with Kaito is honestly heartbreaking and just was so real, and Suichi's just such a great character to follow. I love him so much, and a huge step up from Makoto and Hajime. You know what? I don't give a shit what anyone says. I love Sonia. Is she important to the plot? No. Is she the most complex character ever that has a super bad backstory? Nope. And that's why I fucking love her. Characters like these can be done so wrong, and when they're done wrong, my gosh, they're annoying. But when they're done right, they can be a breath of fresh air, and that's exactly what Sonia does. And again, not in a jarring way. This girl is hilarious. I can listen to her swear forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Her remarks about not being a virgin, her light fluffy personality and the juxtaposing nature of all the weird shit she says, I'm sorry, but I can't get enough of it. Gundam times Sonia supremacy all the way, woohoo! Also, we will never know what sussy things Sonia was doing in her bedroom, but we will never know, and I don't really want to. Mikan has a very mixed group of followers. You either love her or hate her, and I fucking love her. And for the most part, I don't really know why I do. I think her backstory is just so sad on how she got bullied and tormented, and she doesn't deserve it. Leave her alone. And I did also see somewhere that the reason why her hair was so choppy is because the bullies cut it, and she was just so nice, and she just didn't deserve it. And her attempts at socialization are interesting, to say the least, but you know, at least she's trying, so leave her alone. And Hiyoko. Oh my fucking god, Hiyoko, that fucking cranky cunty little bitch. I hate the fact that she keeps trying to make Mikan's life more miserable than it already is. Like, this poor girl, save her. I hated the despair thing, guys, though. Like, come on, Mikan deserves so much better, and her execution was lame, but I love Mikan too much, so I'm just gonna ignore all of that. Give Mikan more love, guys, please. I promise she deserves it. Okay. Nagito is... wow. Nagito is hands down one of the most iconic characters in the Danganronpa series. At first he's your average type of lad, and we all thought that he was this boring but friendly guy, but then the Dangan team went nope, and they went ahead and created one of the most insane and complex and iconic characters in the whole of the franchise. And this sneaky little insane shit has no problems manipulating and killing others to fit his own twisted motives, and it's brutal in its own way. This guy blows up buildings, pretends to blow up an entire fucking island, and it's part of his own twisted little plan, and it mostly always goes his way because of his goddamn luck. His really weird obsession with hype makes you wonder if he's good, but his actions say almost otherwise, and you begin to get torn between whether he's good or bad. And oh my god, this character. And the fact that he made his own death so extravagant in the name of hope. Whoa. Again, what a character. Also, nice ass. Again, I know the fandom is super divided in Miyu, but I fucking love this girl to the moon, guys. Again, a guilty pleasure for me. I think her whole sex humor is so funny to me, and I don't know why this game would feel so deflated if her character wasn't in it, because she just adds so much life and humor to the game, and her character design is so good, and her mostly useless inventions are funny to me, and she has this little crush thing with Shuichi in their free time events, and it's just so sweet, and she's such a little tsundere buried under all of her stuff. I love that she's the best. Her trying to kill Koichi was well deserved and executed poorly, but like, it's Miyu. What do you expect, guys? Like, come on. And yeah, I love her. She's amazing, and my eyes proper sweated when she died. Fuck you, Koichi. I am so glad he died in that hydroacrylic press. I'm so sorry, guys. I just want to say one thing though. If I was anyone in this game, it would be Kibo. Peak character design. Peak character design, okay? This girl looks like so much fun to cosplay, and I am all here for it. But other than her character design, I just find Celeste to be, as a character, so interesting. The ranking system she has really shows how she values human life as things. Things that are better than one another. Things judged on the worthiness to serve her, showing how sadistic and insane this character is, and this further emphasizes on her motives for murder. The fact that she just kills just because she wants money to fulfill her vampire slave fantasy just shows how little she truly cares about human life. And before that, she doesn't even care about being killed or not, just about the survival factor, saying that instead of trying to escape, just accept and move on, because all she cares about is herself. Her own enjoyment and survival at the expense of others. She doesn't care about escaping for her loved ones or anyone else's. Especially their freedom if it means her own safety is at risk like that. Holy shit, what a ruthless character. But nonetheless, you can't hate her. However, I think her being the killer was so obvious, and her outburst at the trial was so out of character. I just expected her to be more calm and composed and sadistic. But again, you could interpret this to be out of desperation, as this is probably the first time she's lost outside of gambling, and things aren't going her way, especially when she's so used to it going so. I am so upset we didn't get to play as Kaede for the rest of the game. Although I think Shuichi is a suitable replacement, because from the minute I saw her, I loved her. There's something so attractive about her leadership and determination, and whenever everybody feels lost and hopeless, Kaede is just always there, bubbling with hope and determination, and her leadership skills. Damn, they are on fleek. Kaede is so selfless that she gives herself up and accepts the fact that, she is the killer, and in order for everyone else to keep going, she just gives herself up. And she's just so much more sparky compared to the other protagonists. And it was just really nice to see a change of pace until she died, that is. And she knows that even though it's brutal, she has to teach Shuichi an important lesson on how important the truth is, even if she has to drag the trial as long as it does, and it permanently traumatizing Shuichi for the rest of his life, but it's a lesson. The best protagonist, you can't prove me wrong. Sorry guys. What a blast of a character. She just adds nothing really to the plot, not really an important character. The only major significant thing that she does is leave her band because of creative differences. And you know what? That's okay. She doesn't need this super tragic anime backstory, she just needs to be Ibuki. And every single one of her sprites scream with personality and iconicness, and there is just never a dull moment when Ibuki is around. Also again, peak character design. Peak character design. Her whole design is just, my not straight heart has never beaten so fast before. And she's just such a nice person, and she's crazy and a crackhead. And I want to be a friend so bad if she was real. Ibuki is one of my favourite comfort characters. DP2 would be nothing without Ibuki. She's the soul of that whole game, and you can't change my mind. Evil. Pure evil, and I love it, okay? Junko does have a very mixed bag of opinions. I don't think I've ever seen anyone who either, is in the middle of her. You either like her or you hate her, and I'm sorry, but I love her, okay? But for the wrong reasons, or the right, I'm just gonna talk. This girl has to be one of the most notorious, malicious, and iconic video games characters ever. No wonder she's the most cosplayed video character ever, I think. I don't know, I'm pretty sure, but Anyway, she destroyed the entire world. People fucked her pancake corpse. She made people kill their own parents, brainwashed a band of innocent students, made 5 killing games, betrayed her sister, took her eye out, and she didn't take her eye out. Somebody took her eye out, and then she also took someone's eye out. She blew a bunch of stuff up without being caught, and all for what? Why? Why on earth did she commit some heinous acts? Because she was bored. And heck, even her first word was despair. And to me that is just, wow, pure evil. And that to me is just interesting and a nice change of pace. No backstory, she's just evil. And the game is really upfront about it. They don't pretend that she's doing any of it for a more complex reason. Or if she's this, iconic video game villain that will go down in the history of complex character. No, she's just a fucking bitch. And, she's, mostly known for her character design. And she's just great, okay? And it's kind of refreshing in a way. I would prefer her to have more of a complex backstory, I feel like, but I'm still plenty happy with what we got. We can also just talk about how iconic she is. I'm pretty sure she's one of the most, cosplayed characters in the world. Her whole aura is just iconic, and the voice acting, damn. I know she has 2, but they're just so good, okay? And they make her character so damn rich and enjoyable. A part of me feels like Junko is an allegory for what would happen if people were just 100% evil. But that is something for another time, guys. Guys, we need to start a petition to stop robophobia. Just kidding, Kibo is such an underrated gem, guys. Literally, nobody talked about how he basically saved everybody in the last trial, and I'm not talking about how he blew all of this stuff up, even though that is still very important. I'm talking about Kibo being the source of hope in chapter 6, because he is the best and everyone lost it. And it's just so heartbreaking to see this aloof, innocent character be treated like shit from his other classmates when he's just so kind and determined. And who cares if robots have dicks, Koichi? Dick or dickless, Kibo deserves everything. All he wants to do is help and protect his friends, and you know how he does that? He sacrifices himself at the end. Ugh. And it sucks because he was just treated like fucking shit in this whole entire game. When they throw him at the massive tank, no, he's not an object, he's a person. I mean, he's not, but he's a robot and he's smart. Just fucking leave him alone. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so angry. And all he wants to do is help and protect his friends, and you know how he does that? His sacrifice at the end. Ugh, I mean, I've already said that, but still. And his smile when he sees his friends that are alive under the rubble. We just don't deserve Kibo, guys. We truly don't. And he is one of the best and most underrated characters in the series. Stand Kibo and stop robophobia. What a true gentleman. As a fandom, we love our gentle giant who deserved so much better than what the fate to the biggest cunt Kokichi bestowed upon him. His love for bugs is just so pure and innocent, and people always judged him on his size and appearance, not knowing the gentle giant that was willing to help anyone that was buried underneath him. The kind, gentle, naive gentleman that was ready to help anyone in need and provide services and wasn't even aware that he killed someone. his punishment being far too brutal, making me permanently scarred for the rest of my life. Again, fuck you, Kokichi. Gonta, you are a true gentleman till the end, and you deserve so much better than being a little pawn in Kokichi the cunt's game. Fuck bro, what a great character. His determination to keep everyone alive and escape the killing game even though he was slowly dying from an incurable disease. Fuck me. And Trial 4 was honestly so heartbreaking because you agree with Kaito, you want Gonta to not be the blackened because Kokichi is always spewing his fucking bullshit, but deep down you know that you just can't. And you feel all of that along with Kaito. And his sacrifice for everyone in chapter 5. I'm so glad he was the one to kill Kokichi. That little fucking shit finally got what he deserved. And the fact that Kaito died with a smile on his face truly shows how strong he is compared to the mastermind and the face of despair. It felt so strange not seeing him in the last chapter. The bond he forms with Maki and Shuichi is so sweet, and a part of me feels like he makes them train so they have some physical strength so they can protect themselves to some sort of extent. And he just wants everyone to live. And we can see this when he knocks on Shuichi's door and forces him to come to breakfast. And he just cares about everyone so much, and he's just so incredible. And I hate his goatee, but that's it. I promise. I love him so much. You don't understand, okay guys? Okay. Right. Okay. I know he can be a huge dick, like a really big dick, but I love him so much, okay? And I feel like he does care about his friends near the end of the game, but he even said he's not even going to partake in any of the killings. Like, he was feeling something, okay? And I feel like he also starts to value his relationships with people just a bit more. And I'm pretty sure he does say that somewhere, but I can't bother to look it up. And refer to the others as his comrades, so there. I think he does care deep down. And he isn't as evil as the other two, and I like that because it means we get to focus on the actual antagonist of the game, which is Monokuma, who I feel like doesn't get as much spotlight in the other two games as he does this one. And Byakuya can be a dick somewhere else. But damn, this guy is so fucking evil on so many other levels, and even though Nagito and Omo are still more evil, Byakuya was a huge cunt as well sometimes. Saying he was glad the best girl Sakura died, fuck off bro. Like, fuck off now, I'm not even kidding. The fact that he tampered with the crime scene instead of just blankly saying Mondo killed Chihiro and getting all of that palaver out of the way, like, fuck me. This guy's horrible. And that he was gonna kill anyone to survive, and he's so edgy, saying how this place is exciting because it's a battlefield and it's unpredictable. Like, shut the fuck up, emo boy. Like, I don't know. I just like him, and honestly, I don't know why. I think it's because of his character development. Like, it's noticeable he goes from being a dick into from less of a dick, and he just begin to care about people. And I like that a lot. And I totally don't read Nagito in terms to Gami, by the way. Why are you even saying that? This is how you do a strong female character. Take notes, pseudo-feminist Hollywood. Seriously though, Kyoko is so fucking epic. She's resourceful, she's strong and capable and extremely knowledgeable, yet she also cares for others, especially Mikoto. Especially when she goes and rescues him when his execution fails. That's so cute, come on. And although she has this tough exterior, again, she does want to make others affected by the harsh truth feel better. Like when she comforts Mikoto in a way after the first trial, saying that Sayaka died, at least trying to make amends to him, instead of telling him to toughen up or something stupid like that. And again, although she's smarter than Mikoto, she never degrades him or sees him as less. Just someone who she needs to protect unless she has to find out the truth. Kyoko is such an incredible character, and I love her with all my heart, and she deserves all the hype she gets. Okay, why isn't the fandom obsessing over this girl? Like, she's such a good character, but I hardly see anyone talking about her in the same way as Kyoko, for example. Which is a shame because she's such an amazing character. Her development, hot damn. Damn, it's so good, you guys. She's at first a cold and questionable character whose motives are clouded by mystery, and we don't trust her. But throughout the game, she develops these relationships with Kaito and Shuichi, and opens up and starts to, throughout the game, open up about her past traumas, about having to replace her friend at the crusty old orphanage to protect her, and the fact that she cares about Kaito so much, she almost kills Oma, and which totally, by the way, is so deserved, and she tries to reunite Kaito and Shuichi when they fall out because she just wants them to get back together. Ugh! She's so perfect, and I literally can't. I love her so much, and I want to marry her. Third best girl is just mwah. I love her so much. Her death in the mistake that was the anime was crushing. Absolutely crushing, and I can't watch it because I just struggle so much because it just hurts seeing her being punished and suffering that Junko, that stupid fucking bitch. And I can't because Chiaki just deserves so much better. I know that she is a computer code, but she's so cute, especially when she gets so excited about video games, and I can just watch her all day. She's so calm and sedate, even in the midst of a murder. And Trial 5, oh my gosh, I could you not died inside. And she just accepts it because she's the best, and she's not a Mary Sue, so everyone can shut up. Chiaki is truly a gem of a character, and words will never express my love to you. Hajime could not have gone through this without Chiaki, and none of you can change my mind, and I don't care if she's a traitor or not, because she's just best girl, and she means well. Everything she does has a meaning of hope behind it, and justice, and you just can't hate her. I'm sorry, guys. I have no words for this overlooked, underrated, superior gem of a character. I mean, where do I begin? Sakura is just truly a selfless cinnamon roll underneath her beautiful, muscular frame. She is so careful and considerate to those around her, especially Aoi. And we can see this when she stays the night to comfort Hina, and it's just so adorable. And the letter. Oh my god, I fucking sobbed so hard the first time I heard, and I am tearing up right now because honestly it's so beautiful because she even realised her own weakness. A character so strong and proud realised how overtaken she was with despair, that she was controlled with despair, and by learning to love the others around her, she realised that although she wants to protect her sacred 300-year dojo, the people in this room mean a lot more to her, leading to her realise her wrongdoings, even though some of the people in this room are a huge piece of shit, and wanting to protect the people she came to, care for so dearly in this murder spree, even if that led to disastrous consequences. It's such a shame people don't acknowledge Sakura and her sacrifice as much as other characters, and if you happen to be listening to this, please, please, please give Sakura an S tier, okay? Give her character more attention. Literally no joke. I'll start a GoFundMe. I mean, just kidding, I won't, but like seriously though, Sakura is an S+, and I love her so much. What an important character. I don't think I've ever been so deeply affected and impacted by a character other than Ryoma Hoshi. His whole story is so beautifully depressing, and you can tell, even by his limited emotions, he's suffering so much. And throughout the game, he's constantly just so beaten down from life. He's so fed up with life, he constantly says to the group to sacrifice his life so they can all go home or stop the bomb that's going to blow them up. And as you understand his backstory, you start to understand the comments on how the ultimate tennis pro doesn't exist and how he's just an empty shell. It starts to become a lot more understandable. Ryoma's backstory being depressing is an understatement. It begins when his impeccable tennis skills are noticed by the Mafia themselves and begin inviting him to play. Although Ryoma declined many times, the Mafia persisted. One day he went, but as it turns out, it was a rigged match for gambling purposes. However, despite this, my guy absolutely destroyed his opponent, making the mafia curious and furious, which led to them killing his whole family and his girlfriend. And rightfully, Ryoma massacred the entire mafia with a steel tennis ball, which led to him going on death row and becoming an empty shell of loneliness and despair, even having to give his cat away. However, throughout the whole story, he does try to live, apologizing for Soichi for disrespecting his life, and even begs Maki for his monopod that she acquired. However, that led to be fatal, as nothing was on there. Nobody was there for him. He had nobody. This absolutely crushed Ryoma, ultimately leading him to congratulating Kurumi for having a strong will to live, before being bludgeoned willingly to death. Ryoma is truly one of my favourite characters ever. His whole character is so brutal and so honest and so depressing, and you're rooting for him to beat his despair, but ultimately, it is an unhappy ending. And his character made you think, are there other people like that in the world? Other people who have nobody? Ryoma is truly an incredible character. Well, that was depressing. Anyway, we have finally reached the number 1 spot. If you've paid attention and realised who the number 1 is, then I'm really sorry, okay? Look, I really just like this character, and this character is none other than Toko Fukawa. I'm sorry, okay? I'm really sorry. I love her so much, and she's a really big comfort character, okay? Toko is such a big old blast of a character. I am never bored when she's on screen. Ever. Same with Genocide Jack, and I'm lumping them as the same people, okay? I love this snarky, bitchy, funny, stinky. Yes, I know she's a little bit pongy, but I don't care. I understand Toko simping for Byakuya, because I simp for him too. And Byakuya can also run me over with a tank, spit on my face, call me a waste of life, rob me, and shave my fucking head off or something, and I would thank him for it. So I can relate to her with that too. And I just want to give her a big hug, okay? And I think she's just a little snarky tsundere, and I can see why people hate her, and oh my god. Okay, getting serious for a minute. This girl does need a serious hug. Toko, my girl, was literally locked in a cupboard 3 days without food, causing severe trauma of the dark, and that's why she's so scared of it. Every boy she started to trust or she interacted with treated her like fucking dog shit, causing severe paranoia. Like, just fuck off, give this girl a break. People may hate Toko, people may love Toko, and people may just like Toko, and I am in the love clan. And you know what? Out of the 48 students in the 3 main games, Toko is and will always be my absolute favourite character, and nobody will change that. Toko supremacy. Well, that's it. Thank you all for listening. You can leave if you want to now. I'm just going to ramble on for a bit. Looking back, I kind of wished I ranked some of the characters higher or lower, but, you know, I can't really be bothered to go back and change it, so you know what? Oh well. I'll probably redo this in like, I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, whenever the next really big anniversary is. I don't know why I'm acting like this video is going to get a ton of views, or people are even going to care about it, because like the Danganronpa fandom, it is dying for now. It's obviously going to resurface in a few years' time. And honestly, you know what? Who cares if anyone even finds this video or not? I've had a lot of fun making this video, and I've recently just finished some very important exams, and this is just a fun little passion project about a video game that I love so dearly. And if you happen to come across this probably dead video, you know what? I hope you've enjoyed my humble little Dangan ranking. It's been a pleasure having you. I also realised for some reason my breathing was super heavy and the audio is a bit poppy sometimes, so sorry about that. Feel free to post your rankings in the comment if they're not disabled or something, I don't know. Sub if you want to, please don't feel forced if you want to, like if you want to, and I don't know, just have a good day my brochachos, and drink water, exercise, eat healthy, don't smoke, don't vape, don't do drugs, and don't drink a lot. You can drink sometimes, but don't do it a lot. Anyway, that's enough from me. Have a good day, bye!